This video is about famous Hollywood celebrities and people who passed away from 11th to 15th of February 2022 in the United States. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. Alfred Soule. He was born in July 1943 and he died in February 2022. His age was 78 at the time of his death and he took his own life. Alfred Soule was an American film director, writer, and production designer. He was best known for his 1976 psychological horror film, Alice. Sweet Alice, also known as Communion, a low-budget thriller that became a cult classic. After his directing career, he became a highly successful production designer for numerous popular television shows, including Veronica's Closet and Castle. Ivan Reitman. He was born in October 1946 and he died in February 2022. His age was 75 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Ivan Reitman was a legendary Canadian-American film director and producer who was a key architect of modern comedy filmmaking. He produced the anarchic classic National Lampoon's Animal House before directing a string of blockbuster comedies that defined the 1980s, including Stripes and the cultural phenomena Ghostbusters. His work launched the careers of numerous comedy superstars and left an indelible mark on popular cinema. Sandy Nelson. He was born in December 1938 and he died in February 2022. His age was 83 at the time of his death and the reason for his death were complications from a stroke. Sandy Nelson was an influential American rock and roll drummer who was one of the first to have hit records as a solo instrumentalist. His 1959 hit, Teen Beach, and his 1961 smash, Let There Be Drums, are considered classics of the instrumental rock era, featuring his powerful and driving drum patterns. His drum-centric sound made him a pioneering rock drummer and a major influence on future generations of rock percussionists. King Louis Bankston. He was born in December 1972 and he died in February 2022. His age was 49 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was undisclosed. King Louis Bankston was a prolific and highly influential musician in the American garage rock and punk scenes, best known for his work with the power pop band The Exploding Hearts. He was a talented songwriter and multi-instrumentalist who was a member of numerous beloved underground bands, including the Royal Pendletons and the Persuaders. He was a revered and authentic figure, celebrated for his raw, energetic, and heartfelt contributions to rock and roll. P.J. O'Rourke. He was born in November 1947 and he died in February 2022. His age was 74 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from lung cancer. P.J. O'Rourke was a highly influential and bitingly witty American political satirist, journalist, and author. He was a leading voice of libertarian-leaning conservative humor, known for his work as the foreign affairs desk chief for Rolling Stone magazine. His best-selling book, including Parliament of Whores and Holidays in Hell, combined gonzo journalism with sharp, humorous critiques of government and politics. Frank Beckman. He was born in November 1949 and he died in February 2022. His age was 72 at the time of his death and the reason for his death were complications from a series of strokes. Frank Beckman was a legendary and beloved Michigan sportscaster and radio personality. For over 3 decades, he was known as the voice of Michigan football, serving as a radio play-by-play announcer for the University of Michigan Wolverines. A member of the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame, he later hosted a popular conservative talk radio show on WGR in Detroit, becoming an influential voice in the state. Aurelio de la Vega. He was born in November 1925 and he died in February 2022. His age was 96 at the time of his death and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Dr. Aurelio de la Vega was a renowned Cuban-American composer and a major figure in the world of modern classic music. A refugee from Castro's Cuba, he became a distinguished professor of music at California State University, Northridge. His compositions, which often incorporated avant-garde and electronic techniques, were performed by major orchestras and earned him numerous accolades, including 2 Latin Grammy nominations. John Caston, he was born in December 1924 and he died in February 2022. His age was 97 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from COVID-19. John Caston was a British-born American stage actor and singer who was best known as a world record-breaking runner. He was known for his distinguished presence and had roles in films like A Man for All Seasons. He was also a celebrated stage actor, appearing in the original Broadway production of the musical The Scarlet Pimpernel, where he was known for his powerful singing voice. Bob DeMeo, he was born in July 1955 and he died in February 2022. His age was 66 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from a long illness. Robert DeMeo was a respected American jazz drummer. He was a talented and versatile musician, known for his work with a variety of prominent jazz artists. He was a dedicated performer and a well-regarded figure in the jazz community for many years, known for his solid timekeeping and his swinging style. William Kraft, he was born in September 1923 and he died in February 2022. His age was 98 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from a long illness. William Kraft was a highly distinguished American composer, conductor, and virtuoso percussionist. He was a long-time member of the Los Angeles Philharmonic, serving as its principal timpanist for many years and later as its composer in residence. His own compositions were known for their rhythmic complexity and innovative use of percussion, making him a major figure in contemporary classical music. Howard Grimes, he was born in August 1941 and he died in February 2022. His age was 80 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from kidney failure. Howard Grimes was a legendary American session drummer who was the anchor of the famed High Rhythm section, the house band for High Records in Memphis. His incredibly tight and funky drumming provided the unmistakable backbeat for a string of classic soul hits by artists like Al Green, Let's Stay Together, and Pebbles, I Can't Stand the Rain, and Syl Johnson. He was a key architect of the iconic Memphis soul sound. Carmen Herrera, she was born in May 1915 and she died in February 2022. Her age was 106 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. Carmen Herrera was a Cuban-American abstract painter who was a pioneering figure in geometric abstraction. For decades, her work was largely overlooked by the art world, but she continued to paint with unwavering dedication, creating a stunning body of work. She finally achieved widespread international recognition later in life, selling her first painting at the age of 89 and becoming a celebrated art world star in her 90s and 100s. Valerie Boyd, she was born in December 1963 and she died in February 2022. Her age was 58 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death were complications from cancer. Valerie Boyd was a celebrated American author, journalist, and a professor at the University of Georgia. She was best known for her definitive and critically acclaimed 2003 biography, Wrapped in Rainbows, The Life of Zora Neale Hurston, which won numerous awards. She was also the editor of the personal journals of author Alice Walker and was a revered teacher and a major voice in African American literature. Bill Robinson, he was born in August 1925 and he died in February 2022. His age was 96 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Bill Robinson was an American automobile designer for numerous American companies, notably Chrysler, as creative director from 1948 to 1980, and Briggs Manufacturing Company. In a second career, Robinson taught design for 22 years at the College of Creative Studies. Alan J. Grayman, he was born in December 1931 and he died in February 2022. His age was 90 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Alan J. Grayman was an influential and long-serving politician and jurist from Illinois. A Democrat, he served for many years in the Illinois House of Representatives, where he was a key legislative leader. He later had a distinguished career as a justice on the Illinois Appellate Court, continuing his long career in public service. Alexander Brody, he was born in January 1933 and he died in February 2022. His age was 88 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Alexander Brody was a Hungarian-American advertising executive and author. He was a major figure in the advertising world, serving as the worldwide president and CEO of the global agency Young and Rubicon, a refugee who fled both Nazi and communist regimes. He was also a prolific author and a dedicated philanthropist in his native Hungary. Robert E. Rose, he was born in October 1939 and he died in February 2022. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Robert E. Rose was an American politician and lawyer who served as the 26th Lieutenant Governor of Nevada. A Democrat, he was a prominent figure in state politics for many years. He was also a respected trial lawyer and a dedicated public servant in the state of Nevada. He was elected 3 times to the Nevada Supreme Court, serving from 1989 to 2007. Woodrow Stanley, he was born in June 1950 and he died in February 2022. His age was 71 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Woodrow Woody Stanley was an American politician who served as the mayor of Flint, Michigan. He was a key figure in the city's politics, but his tenure was marked by a severe financial crisis that led to his recall from office. He was a prominent and often controversial figure in the history of Flint. He was mayor of Flint, Michigan from 1991 until his recall in 2002 and was a member of the Michigan House of Representatives from District 34 from 2009 to 2014. Robert M. Hayes, he was born in December 1926 and he died in February 2022. His age was 95 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Dr. Robert M. Hayes was a pioneering American information scientist and a professor at the University of California, Los Angeles. He was a key figure in the development of information science as an academic discipline and served as the longtime dean of UCLA's Library and Information Science School. His work was foundational in shaping our understanding of how information is organized, accessed, and managed. William G. Batchelder, he was born in December 1942 and he died in February 2022. His age was 79 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. William G. Batchelder was a long-serving and highly respected Republican politician from Ohio. He served for nearly 4 decades in the Ohio House of Representatives, where he rose to the position of Speaker of the House. He was a master of the legislative process and a key conservative leader who played a major role in shaping Ohio state policy for a generation. Mickey Henson, he was born in May 1961 and he died in February 2022. His age was 59 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was pulmonary fibrosis. Mickey Henson was a senior American professional wrestling referee who worked for both World Championship Wrestling (WCW) and World Wrestling Entertainment (WWE). He officiated numerous high-profile matches during the Monday Night Wars and beyond, including championship bouts at WrestleMania. He was a respected and familiar figure in the ring, known for his professionalism and his long battle with cancer. Calvin Jones, he was born in September 1963 and he died in February 2022. His age was 58 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cancer. Calvin Jones was an American professional baseball pitcher. He played during 2 seasons in Major League Baseball for the Seattle Mariners. He was drafted by the Mariners at the first pick in the first round of January 1984 MLB draft. Jones played his first professional season with their Class A short season Bellingham Mariners in 1984 and his last season with the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1996. Bill Dando, he was born in April 1932 and he died in February 2022. His age was 89 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Bill Dando was an American college football player and coach. He served as a head football coach at John Carroll University in 1964 and at the University of Buffalo from 1977 to 1989. The University of Buffalo Alumni Association inducted Coach Dando into the university's Athletic Hall of Fame in 1998. Harold V. Camp. He was born in March 1935 and he died in February 2022. His age was 86 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Harold V. Camp was an American politician. He was involved with the real estate business. Camp served in the Connecticut House of Representatives from 1968 to 1974 and was a Republican. He closed his law practice and moved with his wife to Stony Creek, Connecticut in 2008. He was a respected civic leader in his community for many years. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.